please welcome Jonas Mekas. So I want to ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll throw it open for questions out here. I wish Douglas was here because there are so many things I would like to ask him. But maybe you could tell us something about how this project came into being.
Yes, I wish Douglas would be here to tell his the story, in his own words. But what Douglas told me, I mean, first I will say that the film is completely Douglas Gordon. The only thing I did, my part is only I gave him, he asked me to provide him with to read the whole book and to give him just the tape audio version of the book. And that's where my part, my involvement with the film ends.
You were alone?
Now, yes,
You were
I
alone
just
when
provided him with the audio tape. The rest is Douglas. Now, what Douglas told me is that he read the book like some 10 years ago on the train from Berlin to I think he was going to Frankfurt. And then he sort of forgot, but it kept coming back. Like 2 years ago or so, it kept, since it was coming back, moments, like certain parts, that he began thinking about, some 3 years ago, actually, about making a film. And eventually he did it. And it's at that time that he asked me to give him audio version of the book. And of course, what he used is, it's the way it comes to memory when you remember a book that you have read, like, no chronology, no chronological order, just the way it jumps into your, from your memory, yes.
Okay, I don't know that you necessarily want to answer. This film is so, you're right in saying that this is not your film. It's so different from any of your films, except that your voice is so expressive in your own films, so too it is here.
It is you could say it's a collaboration, but it's still the concept, I would have never made a film like this, and it's total, if you know Douglas's other works, it falls into the same sort of pattern, like somebody who else who knows his work made a remark that all his other work led to this one, like it.
And were you pleased to see it?
Yes, I was I saw it for the first time when it was screened, already finished in Locarno, at the Locarno Film Festival. That's where I saw it for the first time. And of course, I was surprised. I had no idea what he was going to do with the audio, with my voice, with the audio. So it was, of course, surprise, and was very interested what he was doing. And I still find it very, very. I think he did a very, very unique job. I think he did good job.
I mean, for me, what's really interesting...
It's one way. One could make many different films based on the book, but this is one way. Well, it's all very real. It's the voice, what I'm reading is very real, and when I was reading, it came back. It's very real, and my voice is real. and there is no recreations, no nothing fake. Though the other images that are in it, besides myself, of course, it's already Douglas. Those are not my images. That's part also of, he put himself into it in many different ways, and those are his images. The fruit, the gorilla. Yeah. There are references, of course, to potatoes, but I would never use that. I would, I peeled potatoes with knife if I ever peeled, not with that little gadget there.
So, I mean, for me, and I think when we first looked at it, the thing that seemed most interesting was the choice he made to place a piece of the text where you say, the villain was the 20th century. And then, as the film goes along, and you're talking about the experience of being a displaced person and a displaced person for the rest of your life, what's not in the film, but you can't help thinking about, is that, no, there is no war in Europe. The bombs are not falling in Europe. They're not falling in the United States. But in the Middle East, in the East, in Asia, they are falling, and this experience continues. And someone else would have put that in the film, and Douglas never would have. And that's what I think is most remarkable, that he didn't say that explicitly, that he left it for us.
Yes, it's there indirectly.
Do
yes.
that.
I think that was also one of his reasons to do it. Yes. I think the sound was too low. The sound had to be. I think the way the film works, and I have seen it, when you are real surrounded with that sound. Now the sound was low, and it was coming from the screen, and you were not exactly surrounded with that. I wish that tomorrow's screening they would lift the sound.
Higher.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a different space.
It works very differently when you are surrounded with. It's not like looking there and it comes from there. Sort of.
Are there questions out here?
Yes, I think you should.
Yeah, you should have to wave your hand wildly because or just start talking, whoever you are.
You don't have to talk.
You don't have to talk.
No, I think that in the context of the New York Film Festival, I think in what the films, narrative films based in books are, I think that what he did is quite unique.
Going?
That is, I am very, I am in a different, I have gone through so many different stages already in my life since then, and so many nervous breakdowns that I'm completely somewhere else, and those voices, the reference at that time when I wrote, that was about 10 years after I had left Lithuania. Yes. Actually, that volume, I had nowhere to go. Cover begins with the day I left, and somewhere in early 53, when I sort of escaped Brooklyn and moved to Orchard Street in the spring of 53, and that's, of course, another stage of my life begins. That's where, you see, this wartime Europe, that was my hell. Brooklyn was my life in Brooklyn. 3 years of Brooklyn was my purgatory. And then I moved to Orchard Street, which was at the gates of paradise. The gates, not paradise, but at the gates.
Someone else?
I have now prepared, the volume that follows after what happened after 53. It took 25 years until they permitted me to go to visit my family.
And Jonas made a great film about that.
Yes, I
going
recorded
back.
that trip. That trip is recorded, and I recorded it in reminiscences of a journey to Lithuania. So you can, yes.
Okay. Ken.
I did hear the sound in space here. The space in the room was very activated by the soundtrack. I was disappointed to learn these were not Jonas's images. That's actually confusing. This is a film about a filmmaker, and one assumes these are Jonas's images.
It's not the film. This film is not about the filmmaker, not about me, really. It's about what's in the book, what's written. It's me and not me. It begins with me, but it becomes completely something else when you write. That's why I say take it maybe as a fiction. Because yes, it's not a biography, not a documentary film. It's his impressions of reading the book. This film is not about me, but Douglas' memories of the book.
But you
It's same like when I filmed the Living Theater, The Brig, because some people say, this is document of a play. No, that was my reactions to it, only reacting to it. So the same, he reacted to the book, and it's not about me. I'm there, but it's not about me. So I disagree, Ken. I disagree with you on that. Sorry. Yes, because it's the book I wrote. The book, those are my memories. I went through it. That's my life. But it's not in a documentary kind of about my person, but it's also about the period, about what it means to be a displaced person and the whole, yeah. But of course, I'm there, but it's not about me. I'm there, and in a very, very, very big way. You hear me from my voice. You can, yes.
What I meant when I said that was that I took it as a poetic film. It was a poem, the whole thing. And it was very easy to take for me. It went by fast, it wasn't dragging, and it was very poetic. So I think it
Okay,
was,
Jeff, thank you.
it was
Yes.
very complimentary to you, the person. Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody else?
Someone else? Going, gone. Thank you very much.